Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Russ and I drive my 2024 Subaru Forester Sport here. On this channel, I tell you what it's like to live this car day to day. And in this video, well, it was going to be a 12-month service video update, but then I happened to find some rat poop on the hood of the car. So let's unpack this. So this is going to be the second time I'm taking my car in for service, and I choose to take it to the official dealer here in Brooklyn, and that dealer happened to be Subaru Bay Ridge or Bay Ridge Subaru. I'm not sure how it's called, but basically the reason why I choose to go to the official dealer is, well, I'm pretty sure you've seen incompetence in all walks of life. So to me, I'd rather pay a little more and sleep better at night knowing that the mechanic that worked on my car, hopefully they've been trained better than your average mechanic, and they see these Subarus day in and day out. And that's the main reason why I go to the official dealer, even though obviously you pay more for that. And besides the competence factor, also the second thing was that when the first time I was there, everybody was so nice and friendly that I was actually looking forward to coming back there again. And I'll give you an idea. Basically, nobody was pushy for me to buy anything. And the first time I was there, they even filled my car with washer fluid. We just happened to run out and already had a warning light, so they replaced it free of charge. They didn't even mention it. But then I got into the car and I thought maybe they just disabled the warning light. But no, I went to check and the washer fluid tank was full. So that was a very nice touch. And basically, yeah. So I was looking forward to coming back to the dealer for my 12 months inspection, but then I scheduled an appointment and just so happened to park under the tree. And this is where the story gets interesting. So basically, I live and park my car on streets here in Brooklyn. And if you're familiar with the area, you know that parking here pretty much sucks. And if you see a spot, you can't be too choosy. You just basically take it and park there. Basically, that's what I did. Without thinking twice, I parked under a tree. And then the next day I come to pick up my car. My car was just covered in just like yellow leaves. I'm not sure what it was, but it was just disgusting. And it was so many of those leaves that I decided to open up the hood just to make sure that those leaves did not get into the engine bay. And to my surprise, they didn't. But when I opened the hood, I saw what looked like 5 or 6 small, about 1 inch black rocks resting on top of the engine cover right under the word Subaru. And basically, I thought these were rocks, maybe pebbles that somehow got in there. I don't know how, but that was my first instinct. And basically, I picked those rocks up, and that's when I realized that they're kind of soft. I'm just like, oh no, I'm touching rat poop with my bare hands. That was not fun. But that's actually what happened to me. Yeah, so I kind of panicked. So my panic was basically twofold. The first thing was that I was so not excited about touching rat poop with my bare hands. Basically, I used everything that I found in the car to clean my hands ASAP. And the second thing was, I think the obvious here is that those rats could chew your wires and they could make a nest in there and take rides with you. And yeah, I was not super thrilled about rats or mice taking rides with me in my Subaru. Don't get me wrong, I like animals. I used to have a hamster once, but still, yeah, I don't want those rats to basically chew up my wires and cause issues in my what's basically a brand new Subaru Forester, only 1 year old, only 3,000 miles on the clock. But yeah, I think it happened the perfect moment because I literally discovered that rat poop um, less than a week before my scheduled appointment. So I couldn't wait to see the dealer. And basically, obviously, I was going to bring this up because obviously I looked everywhere I could with my flashlight in order to find something, but I don't know all of the places where to look, and I'm sure I'm not the first guy who has this problem. I was very eager for them to check out all the known spots and to basically tell me if there's evidence of a rat nest inside my engine bay. Let me quickly tell you what other issues I had going into the 12-month service. And it's a very short list because I don't really have any issues. Like I said in my previous videos, the seat used to make this really annoying squeaky sound when going over bumps, which I realized was not the seat itself, but it was the basically this metal arm connected to the seat that's holding the seatbelt assembly. Basically, it has a bolt on it that attaches it to the seat, and that bolt is making those squeaky sounds. Basically, one squirt of WD-40 on it months ago, and it never made a sound again. And basically, obviously, I didn't bring it up because that's already fixed. The second thing was, like I said earlier, I have 3,300 miles on the clock right now. 3,300 miles might seem like it's not a lot, but I do drive this car every day. It's just my trips are short. But basically, my 6 month service, the car had 1,600 miles on the clock. Right now, it has 3,300 miles on the clock. So that's basically what I do. Um, in 6 months, I doubled it, but basically, I do around 1,600 miles every 6 months, even though I use this car daily. So what I noticed happened about 4 months ago when a car had approximately 2,500 miles on the clock. Basically, the car started to pull a little bit to the right, and I felt it at the steering wheel, like the steering wheel itself was turning itself to the right a little bit, which was unusual to me because the car is usually excellent at keeping the straight line over any terrain. And that was unusual that suddenly the car required a slight adjustment for me to keep the steering wheel in the center. And basically, it happened at 2,500 miles, and then it went away after about 200 miles of driving. I didn't do anything for it, it just went away to the point where it was like a distant memory. And when I took it to the dealer, I didn't even bring it up. But what's important to note here is that the 6 month service, the manual says that tires should be inspected and rotated. But the first time I went, the car only had 1,600 miles on the clock, and they checked the tires and they told me that the tire rotation is not needed. And I'm like, okay, fine. And this was my second visit to them, and at 5,300 miles, they also said that tire rotation is not needed. And yeah, basically, my car has driven 12 months, done 5,300 miles, but I've had zero tire rotations. Let me know in the comments below if this was your experience and how often you rotate your tires. But basically, besides the tire rotation, mm, the 12-month service is very much like the 6 month service with the addition of the AC filter replacement for the cabin. And when I say to you that these guys were not pushy, the service advisor even told me that they're going to inspect the filter and see, and maybe the replacement is not going to be required. Where I actually insisted that I do want that replaced because this is not something I want to save money on, and it's me and my family in the car, and basically we want to make sure that we're breathing in fresh air and that it gets filtered properly, basically. So yeah, I insisted that they change it. So obviously the big thing that I discussed with the service advisor was the possible rat situation in my engine bay, and they told me that they're gonna take a close look and inspect it just for that. And in particular, obviously, they told me they're gonna check for any messed up wires or any evidence of a nest in my engine bay and in my car in general. But yeah, that was very reassuring news because I obviously couldn't check in all the places myself. The whole service took about 2.5 hours, which was fine by me because the waiting area is so nice. They have coffee and snacks there. But what's most important to me is that right next door, and I mean right next door, is the actual Subaru dealership. So I had a lot of fun sitting in the Subaru Ascent and Outback, just checking out those models. Of course, almost forgot to mention, I checked out the new Subaru Forester Sport, which was very nice on the inside and outside. But then I saw the window sticker 40,000. I was just like, damn, my car was way less and I got it just 1 year ago. So yeah. So let's talk money. Basically, the 12-month service, I got the New York State Safety Inspection sticker. That was $10. So that's good. Multi-point inspection was $0. Cabin air filter with installation was $49.99. And basically, I also got oil change and new air filter. Basically, in the end, the total was, with labor and parts, it was $146.03, which to me was totally worth it. But the main thing is, and what a relief it was, because basically what they told me is that they did not find any evidence of chewed wires or a rat's nest or any more rat's poop inside the vehicle. But they told me to keep an eye on it and to keep checking the engine bay just to look for signs, and if anything, come see them again. But yeah, that was, what a relief it was. This is my first time experiencing something like this. Let me know if you had a horror story or basically what to do to avoid this thing from happening again. I would love to know in the comments from you. But yeah, $146. Let me know if you think it's a lot or not a lot. To me, like I said, it could have been $200 and I would have still paid it, because I just want to make sure that my car has the perfect records. Every maintenance I want to be done at the official dealer, because someday I'm going to be selling this car, and the future person who's going to be buying this car, I'm pretty sure that they want to see that this car has been maintained well and maintained right, and you cannot beat the official dealer for that. So I think that could potentially help me sell this car better, and just would be nice to know that my car is properly maintained, and the next guy or girl who gets it will get a nice example that has been treated right, and hopefully they can continue doing right by this car when they own it. So yeah, that's my 12-month maintenance update, and obviously I'm going to be doing the next one 6 months. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. Feel free to like and subscribe for more useful videos like this. Take care.